when Joe was gone, Bryce and I were hanging out. I knew that Bryce knew Joe. I didn't know they were friends, and I definitely didn't know they were close friends. It's like people in the street know each other, you know. I didn't know they were close. Bryce, I mean, he's gonna lie, but Bryce did not mention that. Not that it really, I mean, it does matter, but also it doesn't. It's not like an excuse. So then it was pretty chilly, and I only had this blanket that was like this, probably maybe even a little less than this actually. And it was like freezing, and Bryce kept asking, hey, do you want to sleep in my bag? Do you want to sleep in my bag? Do you want to sleep in my bag? And I kept saying no, 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 no. But then Bryce and I started getting closer, and I was kind of like, alright, this guy's kind of cool. Like, I'm feeling him, like, this is kind of cool. And I'll admit, like, looking back on it, there was some ego involved too. Like, I felt really strongly for Joe right away. Like overwhelmed, like, oh my god, it's you. Like, just like, and I was like, ooh, we're gonna be intense together. But also, like, I was starting to understand that I was famous. I was starting to understand that I was like the leader of some sort of thing, sort of involuntarily. I was starting to understand I was in a shit position, but that all eyes were on me, and my ego did a little bit perk up, and I was kind of like, you know, when you're like that, when you're famous, it's kind of like, is it real or is it about that? Because now you're a thing. This is why I don't envy celebrities. You swear I always wanted to be one. I'm like, no, 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 because it's empty. Because you never know if it's about you or you as an entity, what you represent. And that's what I wasn't sure of is, you know, is this about us? Is it about him? Is it about me? And I wasn't really sure. And so, and also there was the side of me that, it was like, you know, I mean, I'm famous, you know what I mean? So yeah, there was a part of that. That was part of it, I'll admit it. But confusion, stress, fear, not knowing what was real. And another factor was that people were talking so much about Joe and I's sex life that I didn't know what to make of it. I was like offended, confused. I was like, why is he bragging? You know, like, what the hell is that? That's not respectful. Like, I just hadn't really experienced that so viscerally, to where people are coming up, like people I've never even met before, and telling me about what I did with him or what they think I did, and I'm just like, what is happening right now? I didn't really understand what was going on. And so but ultimately I did betray us both, because in my heart I did want to be with Joe. I did want to learn more about him at least, and felt very passionately about him very quickly, and I honestly thought I could just get by with it. That was part of it too. So I was freezing, and you know, when when Bryce was like, you know, do you want to sleep in my bag? I was like, okay. And we were starting to get like a little soft on each other. I could tell. He was like, what are you doing to me? And I was like, wooing you slowly. Because we were on the pier and he said that. And then I remember he was like, he like pulled off his hat and he's like, yeah, but you know, I got this, because he knew the pepper gray. He's young with pepper gray hair, and he like knew it. And I was like, it's working. And I was like, and then I was like, what vending machine do they order you out of? I'm like, you're G10. You know, so it was not like emotionless, but we did make out, and then that was it. And I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a deal. And then apparently it was a huge deal. And then Joe came back, and I was like, well, fuck. Because, but then he got off he came back 3 days late, and I was like, oh my god, he actually did come back. He gave me a heart stone. It was someone had given him the center of a rose quartz. We don't deny all this shit, but a rose quartz, and he gave it to me. And someone pointed out, like, she's like, that's a really big deal, actually. She's like, wow, that's actually, like, he actually really likes you. And I was like, yeah, I know, I kind of think so, too. And, fuck. This shit, man. I hate this whole thing. That's just how it played out. Like, I don't like it. And it's just, we're both betraying each other. It's just fucking ugly. I just don't like it. It was a shit show. It was a fucking shit show. And I think we're both stressed, we're both afraid, and we both don't know to trust each other. It's just fucking horrible. And then he got off the bus with some girl. Okay. I remember I told you she's like a glitter pixie, fucking hoe bag. I'm like, who's this bitch? Are you gone? Are you gone? You're just wasting both of our time. I know, you like, you bitch, you hate me. Anyway, but really that is, I was like, come on now. Oh yeah, no, it's great. And she's, and then Joe did the most feigned poor acting. Oh, her name, I can't even remember her name. Blah blah blah. The world's worst acting. I'm like, oh bitch, I'm sure you flirted with her the entire ride down. You really hooked up with her. And so I didn't know, but I kind of like when I saw her, I was like decoy. Like I didn't take it very seriously, so I brushed it off and was like, whatever. And then we went up to. Did I get the chronolog? I think I got the. Something out of order. I think maybe, oh man, see I told you in the beginning it was a little confusing, but at one point we went to the, no, it was before he left, I think. We went up to campus. Damn it. Oh man, there was it was so much in the beginning. It was very stressful, and the first 2 weeks were very, very stressful being new to the street. So I told you it's a little bit, but anyway, so he, oh no, I don't think we did. I don't know. Anyway, so then he, because I don't know how they manipulated the details, so I'm gonna tell you this. And then at one point he took me to 7-Eleven. We were supposed to go to the shelter to eat, and he was like, I don't want to take you there. He's like, I want to take you to get food, but you know, he's like poor, supposedly. And then he took me to 7-Eleven. You romantic. And but it is cute though. And we got burritos, and mine was bean, for the record. Yeah. And then Josh pulled up, and that's when I told him about, I was like, no, bet on me, bet on me. And then of course fucking Josh pulls up, and I'm like, not the time, Josh. But I didn't know that Joe would know who that was. Sucks, dude. So, fuck all this shit, like, it's like, ugh, like, we're recalling all this shit, man. So let's go to the next tape.